change up the vibe. Want you in my life. I sit to the side, I will let you decide. I stay out of the way, I know you know what's best for me.
Just a pinch more of your spirit completes the recipe.
You're all that I needed, tired of playing defense.
When you take control of my life, it has a meaning.
I need you to have your way. I don't wanna drive, I stick to the side. I just wanna ride along.
I gotta ride along.
You can take the wheel, I'll be still in jail. I just wanna ride along.
You got full control.
I'll leave it up to you, I promise. I'm not gonna move, you got this. I'll just work on me while you driving. Ride along, ride along.
What's up, YouTube? What's up? What's up? Now that's the type of introduction that I like. That's right. That's right.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah. She just gets the okay. That's about what's up? Yeah, finally, we in the building. We in the building. We got a special show for y'all today. We definitely got a special show. We were late airing today, ran into some technical difficulties, left, right, we're putting out fires everywhere. Now, we're going to jump into this show. This is going to be the best show that you guys seen because we kind of feel bad that we didn't start on time. But, you know, definitely I want you guys to check out that single by my boy, Gamal Stewart, called Ride Along.
Yeah, it's really nice.
He killed that song. The vibe on that song is crazy. I was riding to it the other day and I was like, ooh. My boy in the day, I remember back in the day, you know, I was like, man, you know, them songs is really, really jumping. Now they like on a trampoline out of the stratosphere. All right, so we're gonna get into it today. It is the top 10 things women need to do to keep a man. And I wish, hey, we already dropped the link. We have already dropped the link. Attention, we have already dropped the link. So if you want to come in and jump in on this, if you feel like, you know, you want to share your perspective and join the combo, we can do so. So top 10 things that women must do to keep a man, should do. Women need to be able to understand this, is why I named this. So without further ado, we're going to get it rocking. YouTube, thanks for sticking with me. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we're going to get it going.
Oh,
sorry, guys. I was so excited. I hit all the wrong buttons to get myself out the room. Oh, guys, this is going to be real messed up because it took everything that I had already set up for you guys and threw it into my back room. Let me tell you, the day hasn't ended with all of the craziness, but we're going to make it through. Wow, this is crazy. Anyway, for the first video, we're going to do this. Now I got to do it one by one. This is going to be crazy.
But this video is specifically about what men are looking for. What are the qualities in women that make them fall in love? And her being nice to him is absolutely one of them. For a man, having a woman in my life who is my biggest cheerleader, who is nice to me, who encourages me, who says good things to me, really, really means a lot. And if I am in a relationship with somebody who's not doing that, it's simply not a sustainable relationship. It's not one that I would want to stay in.
Now, bloop, bloop. What do you feel about that, Boom? How do you feel about what he just said? Because I'm going to tell you right now, without you being nice to me, I don't want to be around you. Because I don't want to deal with somebody nasty after I'm dealing with this nasty world. So
that's true. I can agree, but I'm not always nice to you.
You're not always nice to me?
Mm-mm.
You sure
aren't.
So, like I said, females, if you want to keep a dude, being nice is number one on the list. you have to be nice. They say that, attitudes and stuff like that, you know, is what actually pushes the guy away. We're tired of the attitudes. We go out there, we do everything we need to do, and then y'all have an attitude. We got to come home, and you got an attitude, and the chicken's cold. Like, come on,
I
man.
think that comes too with like now in this new era, a lot of women are in the working field too, so they kind of deal with the adversities that men deal with as well, and so a lot of times people are not switching hats before they walk in the door at home,
Mm,
and it causes the friction.
right. And that can be true too. That could definitely be true. But like Quinn said, what are examples of being nice? How do women know how they need to be nice? Because some could feel like they're being nice. Now, are they actually being nice? What qualities do you think a man should expect from a woman that's being nice? And not just nice, but like nice because she loves the relationship, whether she's pursuing a marriage or in a marriage. What does nice look like from the female point of view towards her significant other or husband?
Well, it just depends on the situation, but I would say, trying to find that understanding of what the person is trying to convey or uh, express to them in that moment in time of whatever they're going through, or maybe they're just having a hard time with something and may need a little helping hand from their significant other, and just kind of being there for that person, mental support and physical support.
Mm. I think
Mhm.
so. So with me being a man, I feel like nice from our perspective
Mhm.
is us being able to talk to women and them not trying to, you know, make the guy seem like he is the aggressor all the time when he's trying to express himself. Being nice is also the tonality in the woman's voice to a male. The tonality is major key because some women's tonality is so rough and like DMX, you like take some of that testosterone down just a little bit, take some estrogen pills, please don't take my advice. I'm not a doctor, just, a disclaimer, but let's try to get some more femininity in there, and
Mhm.
moving forward. So being nice
And
is just
sometimes
nice.
I can agree with that, but also sometimes the tone in which the man is trying, especially if it's something that he is needing from his spouse and trying to get his spouse to understand, sometimes that needs to be, the tone needs to be set and the delivery needs to come in a certain type of way as well to
Mm.
make sure that what he's saying is heard and understood, and that is also, being reciprocated in a way to where it can be
And
fixed.
how should that tone be for the male? What what what
I
do you what
mean,
do you
just
expect?
well, I mean, like the approach, like
Okay.
just the approach to things. Like you should know how to approach your spouse when you're trying to communicate with them.
Okay.
If you come in an aggressive manner, then you may get an aggressive, reaction.
Response. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can definitely dig that boom box. I can definitely dig that. Let's
Hmm.
let's move on to the next thing, man. One in slot number two, and we're gonna call that the "Don't Complain, Stop Nagging" syndrome. And I definitely approve of this message.
Okay.
Second one is somewhat similar but different. They don't nag or complain. This is something that many people do, and it again happens on both sides. However, when a woman is constantly nagging, do this or do this, or you don't do this, or complaining about, this never happens or that never happens, it really, really
I like to stop that right there. That this never happens could be you're not courting me enough, you're not taking me out on the weekends every chance you get, yada 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 yay. But then once you fulfill that nag, then it's a new nag that you try to find. Once you complete all those nags, more nags are brewing in the background. So I think that's some of the complaining that he's talking about. But let's get back into it.
destroys the love in a relationship. And I can tell you, even my wife had said that, when she was younger, she caught herself and realized that she was doing this frequently in her relationship, and it was having a negative impact. And when she shifted,
That's key. Women noticing, taking accountability. That is a game changer. A lot of females do not want to take accountability. And that, my guys, is the harsh part of a relationship. When you love someone and you're like, look, man, you took the cookie out the cookie jar, and they're like, nah, I didn't do it. And you're like, why are you lying? Like, but anyway.
Okay, so go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna go forward, but do you want to chime in on that anyway?
I'll wait till it's done.
All right,
that
let's go.
one
Get
thing
into it.
to just stop the nagging and complaining, her entire relationship shifted. And so when we got together,
One simple thing.
and especially after we got married, she made a conscious effort to always make sure that she was not doing that. And if she ever caught herself, she would stop it right away. She knew how important that was to a harmonious relationship. Okay,
Trey, will you let the man finish?
Oh, he's done. Being conscious.
Oh, okay.
He's done. He's done for this second top tier thing that men want you to know. All right, go ahead.
Okay, what is an example of nagging, and what
I
is
gave
there?
you one when we took the break.
Is there a difference? No, you didn't. And is there a difference in nagging and complaining?
Nagging and complaining. I would say no. They are absolutely the fucking same. Because
Okay.
you're complaining when you're good, and you're still complaining, and you're wah wah wah. She talking to me like I'm the, I should have known. See, that makes the man think like that. I should have left this. No, you know that song, don't you? Nag. That's what nagging is. You start hearing that Roblox person. He'd be like, wah 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 wah. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So men don't want to come home from a hard day at work and hear a whole lot of just nothing. They don't want to hear, because this is all we hear. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to hear that. Or after
Or
you-
maybe is it nagging? Is it nagging? Like, is it always nagging, or does it always sound like nagging?
Well, it's what
Sometimes
you
it could
do.
just be.
Go ahead.
Sometimes it could just be, her telling him about her day. Maybe she had a rough day, and she's, trying to express what she's been through, and it can come off as nagging because it could have been a rough day, just like with the guy. Sometimes men come in the door and they can have a rough day, and then just like and that's exactly what it sounds like, whining. So sometimes it's just in the way that you say things that can come off and be misinterpreted. Now, complaining, I get, because complaining could be, oh, well, you said you was going to fix this and you still haven't fixed it yet. When are you going to fix it? You still haven't fixed it. When you fixing it? It's Wednesday now. When are you going to fix this?
Yeah, that's definitely nagging. That's definitely nagging and complaining go hand in hand. They definitely do.
But if you just give a deadline, maybe she won't do that.
Yeah, and maybe he did give a deadline. Maybe he already said, I'm gonna get it done, and it got done. And if you got a track record of 100% of getting stuff done, and you're still getting nagged, sometimes you just want to say, "Oh, just shut the." We ain't gonna do that on a family.
But what is you said? Okay, he said that he would get it done.
Mhm.
What if there was just a deadline provided? Like, all right, well, I'm off Saturday, so I'll get it done Saturday. Now, let's just say Tuesday is the day that he says that, and then Saturday arrives and he still hasn't gotten
So
it.
look. This is what it is. If you leave all this stuff to the man and you're not taking part in solving the problem, I think you need to let him solve it at the speed that he's going to solve it at. If he's inputting the resources and the time and the energy to get it done, I think you should sit back and put your feet up and relax and stay out his way on stuff like that. Now, instead of doing that, be nice instead of be nag. Be nice instead of be nag, and the man will be happy to do whatever you want. Because when you think about it, that's the reason he's with you, to make you happy. And so, in turn, you got to make him happy. And nagging him, not going to make him happy. So,
Okay, that's a good point.
so anybody, once again,
I
we've
want to
already
read this
dropped the
comment
link.
real quick.
Okay. Well, let me say this real quick. We've already dropped the link. So anybody that wants to jump in, get in on the conversation before I really start getting steamrolling and start, really whooping up on Boom. No, I'm just playing. I ain't gonna whoop up on
Oh, I was going to say, hold up now.
I ain't gonna whoop up on it today.
Boom,
But
boom now.
okay, go ahead and read the comment.
Okay. Complaining about unnecessary things they not doing, but don't say nothing about what they are doing. So that was my thought too about what complaining could be like.
Mhm, mhm,
Always what you're doing wrong, but not acknowledging what you are doing right.
mhm.
That is important on both ends. Like both people need to know that they are valued in the relationship, valuable, and that they are appreciated both on both ends. No matter how big or small the step is, it definitely needs to be acknowledged.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I definitely agree with that. But the main thing is, men don't want to be nagged. They don't want to hear that no, da. Because if it's something that's left up for us to do, and your track record is good, I can see if it's not good, then yeah, nagging to death. But you got these diehard dudes get up, got the same clock, the same system going every single day, and they have a narrow tunnel vision for what they're gonna do. Now, when you're nagging them, what you're doing is you're disrupting that man's focus and creativity to get this stuff done, because the man out here has to adapt. You're breaking into it. You're getting in my way mentally. Doing that. Now if you're saying now if you're doing stuff like helping me out with administrative duties, and you're like, hey, this needs to get done. This and that is different, because this is stuff that I'm asking you to make sure to be on me about. But as far as stuff that I already told you I'm going to do, chill, lay back. You're already taken care of. Just let me do my thing, and let me be laser focused. Now you can spend that energy on making me happy and being nice. You don't have to spend that energy, and then that's creating some negative energy. I just like to drop that right there. You guys can comment and tell me whether or not you agree or disagree.
Right. Well, I can see how you're saying that it could create negative energy, but I think once he has not kept his word,
okay,
that
could possibly be
that could stem some negative energy, because now it's like, oh well, I gotta still look at this, or they're like, this problem isn't resolved. And yes, sometimes the woman can do it herself, but I think it goes back to a video that we had watched where the guy was like, where the woman was like, well, I gotta go to work, I gotta come home, I gotta cook, I gotta clean, and I gotta take care of the kids, yada yada yada. And then the guy was like, okay, well, that's what you're supposed to do. I'm supposed to change the tire, fix the engine, and all this stuff. So if this stuff need to be fixed, it shouldn't be considered nagging, because if I don't cook and if I don't clean, then you're looking at me like, oh, well, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And so what does that do? That breeds.
But we're not going to nag you about it if you're not sitting there cooking and cleaning.
Yeah, you may not. A guy may not, but you're in turn. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
We go.
So now it's tit for tat.
No, it's not. See, no, it's not.
That is tit for tat.
You didn't catch what I threw. So what that was, right? What that is when I hop in that car, that's not leaving you. That's me going to go get the food that you didn't prepare.
No, but I'm just saying, not even just food. If she don't clean, if she don't clean,
then I'm gonna clean myself.
You're saying all of this, but what I am saying is, when we initially watched that video,
no, I get it, because he was saying there's traditional gender roles, right?
So with all of that being said, then if you know that that's your role, and then you're saying like, well, you should do this. Like, she's not putting the expectation on you to cook or clean, but at the same time, she is putting expectation on you to handle the things that you need to handle as a man. So it's not necessarily going to come off as nagging, but it's still going to be like, well, you said you're just going to do this. Like even, with her, like, oh,
Just asking crazy questions too. I say it a lot. Like, what does this question have relevance to? Like, and it's not bad to ask questions, but it's like when you already know the answer and the guy is already frustrated. And that's the thing. I know you guys know when your mate is
you
frustrated.
talking about me right now.
No. I'm just saying. Well, I mean, but anyway.
Yes, you are, because I'll ask
like
you a
I said,
million one questions.
listen. When a man is frustrated, I mean, this is a time again where you need to be nice. But then, when you start talking crazy, and it's just like this dude is already he's fulfilling his role, right? And next thing you know, you're talking to him all crazy. He's already in a I don't know what you call it, in a bad vibe, I guess. And you're adding to that. But anyway, we're taking a little too long on this subject. Let's move on to number 3. Let's move on to number 3.
Okay.
One is that she can clearly communicate her needs and her wants. This is huge for us guys. You've heard guys say it a million times. I'm not a mind reader. How am I supposed to know what she wants? We aren't mind readers, and this is another thing that
you're right. He put his hands together and said, we aren't mind readers. So, right, Jedi mind. Okay.
My wife used to say all the time. She would say, look, I know you're not a mind reader. I want to tell you, here's what I need. Help me with this, right? We like, as men, to have the playbook, so to speak, right? We want to know what we're supposed to do. And it's really, really helpful when our partner can clearly communicate to us what it is that she needs and also what she wants in the relationship. That takes the guesswork out of it. I have seen way too many men, because I do a lot of coaching with men. I've seen way too many men that get sort of paralyzed by not knowing what to do. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to do.
That's major. That's major. And you know why that's major? Explain why that's major and why you're laughing at that. Go ahead. Come on. Let's go. Spit it out.
Okay, first off, sometimes we're still internalizing exactly what it is that we want and need. So let me just say that part. Okay, and we have to make sure it's not a want and it is a need in some cases.
What does that mean?
A lot of times it's a want. It means like we can ask you for whatever, right? But in some cases, like we may not want to, or we may be just kind of like weighing the scales in a sense.
I don't get it. I don't understand. This is what it means about communicating clearly, guys. I don't get it. If you guys get it, comment down there.
Well, it depends on what it is. So, I mean, materialistically, it could be considered a want over a need or something like that. So if it's something that we can get ourselves and we don't want to get it, we want you to get it. Like, so we may be internalizing exactly if we want it or not, or if we need it or not. Does that make sense?
We're gonna move on to number 4. So basically,
you become very good at reading my mind. I'll say that.
I try to, because see, sometimes you really, really have to know your mate. You have to know their temperament. So you kind of got to really study your mate. And so what we want for males is for you to basically stop
what?
Let me say it.
Oh.
Let me say what I need you to stop. Stop trying to make us feel as if, how can I put this? We're supposed to be able to read your mind all the time. Okay. Because a lot of guys they don't know that they're supposed to. See, I'm a veteran in the game. They don't know they're supposed to sit here and kind of watch how your pattern is, how you move and stuff like that. That's from years and years of trials and tribulations in bad relationships and good relationships, to know what to take the good from the bad and try to really figure out how to maneuver or navigate in a long-term relationship. And so a lot of females just expect that, because you guys had that little puppy love long, you get off the phone, I get off the phone, that you guys can communicate clearly, and that's not what it is. You guys are communicating whatever signals is attracting y'all, and
No,
make
I
y'all
don't
wanna
think
hit
now
that
when you
club.
put,
I don't feel like
I don't mean
people
to cut you off, but I
okay,
do.
okay.
So I don't think when you put it like that,
hmm
it's really the stuff that we expect you to read our mind about is more so like
I
a
don't eat stuffed
principle
crust
thing.
pizza. You should know that, and we've never ordered stuffed crust
Oh
pizza.
well, now you should know my order.
But
Like if
we've
we go
never
to a
ordered it.
certain, if we
How do
go
we
to a,
know?
well, if we go to a certain place, like on a
hmm
regular, which usually that's kind of what happens.
No.
It
But
do,
go ahead.
you should know like certain stuff.
You should
You should
know.
know.
Why do
You
you
should
feel
know.
like you
Like
should
you
know?
should
Like, what are
know.
the certain stuff that men should know? Let
Like
us
you
know
should
what we
know
should
when
know.
you okay. Let's just say we go to Wendy's, right? What's my order at Wendy's? Straight. What would I get?
You're gonna get a number one, a double without cheese, and you're gonna get it as a combo because you just don't want to eat the sandwich. Also, you may get a lemonade or a root beer depending on your on how you feel during the day. Now, the type of lemonade might be a strawberry lemonade or it might be a what is it, a peach mango. But really, what you'll do is get a Sprite, add some weird equipment, and then you'll tell them to add a splash of strawberry. Bang! That's how you do it. And man, that's what I'm saying. See, we pay a
Okay.
lot. Yeah.
So why would you come in the door with a chicken sandwich when you know that that's what I always order?
Yeah, that makes sense. But I don't come in the door with a
That's
chicken sandwich.
that's what we
So,
mean about.
but what I mean about communicating clearly is when I ordered that pizza, we never ordered stuffed crust pizza before. I never knew that you didn't like it. So you never clearly communicated that, but held me accountable, and you acted like a the whole night about it. When I made sure that the family has something to eat that night, and that's what I mean. There we go.
Okay.
Like instead of being
Yes.
nice, you're complaining and nagging.
I
Ding, ding, ding,
wasn't
you brought it back
complaining
to
and
rule
nagging.
number three.
I wasn't complaining and nagging, but you know when I order pizza, I've never ordered stuffed crust. So why not communicate and say, "Hey, I'm about to order pizza. What do you want?" or whatever.
Brought me
Something.
back to rule
So
number
that
three.
if you would have wanted stuffed crust pizza,
When
then
do
you
we
could.
really communicate when we're feeding each other?
Oh my
Like,
gosh! Pause.
oh, okay.
Yeah, but you ordered something new. You got something new. Once my pizza get up to a certain temperature, I take the cheese off. So why would I want it in my crust?
Hey, I wonder, you should have read this one. Well, we need clarity just to let us know when the nagging can start.
Yes,
By dropping
but that's what
that
I said because
deadline
that
because
deadline, the
okay.
deadline matters.
Right. So now there's different dynamics in different relationships. So listen, if you got a dude that
No, it's not.
thank
Hold
you. Now that is
No, it's
something
not.
that
No,
thank you so much. I'm glad we joined the debate. And see,
I
this
can't
was
do. I
and
can't do
they
that.
brought it back. They brought it back. So it was gone for a while, then they brought it back when this happened. And so I was like, okay, when something's new, you're like, let me get it. Let me tell you, this girl ran up and down the wall and was parkouring off of the whole house because she did not want that pizza. Like, let me tell you, when she don't want something, she just get really, really. She turn her nose up and start turning to the side, and oh my gosh.
I can't do like because once that cheese cools down to a certain temperature, it like I can't. I no.
So there goes a good example. It came up. And so like I told you guys, the anecdote that I use is just learn. After that, I learned. I stored it in my brain, and guess what? I'll see it, but I won't even ask it because I know better. I know what happened previously. So why would I do that again? You see what I'm saying? I don't.
I mean, but you can have your own stuffed crust pizza. I'm just saying, if you would have said,
right.
They got that new stuffed crust pizza coming back out. It's back out. I'm gonna order one.
Hold on. Warm it back up then. Like you never
No.
had a mozzarella. Thank you.
And I haven't because I don't eat mozzarella sticks.
Hold on. I was gonna play number 4, but I definitely need the crowd to give her one of these. That's right. It's just simple stuff like that. And so that's why I say women, that's why I definitely want to make. Okay, guys, calm down. It wasn't negative, but I definitely want to make this, and because to get a lot of things straight, clear out a lot of miscommunication. But I'm gonna go to number 4 because we're gonna stay on this one too long. I can tell, I can feel it. So number 4,
Okay.
boom, here we go.
For me, not only would I not fall in love with somebody who did not have a high level of emotional maturity, I wouldn't even date somebody that doesn't have.
Because listen, without high levels of emotional maturity, guess what? You don't want that as your baby mama or baby daddy. That right there. When I heard that sticks out like a sore thumb.
Have
Boom.
a high level of emotional maturity. That's how important this one is. It is really important for a woman to be aware of her emotions, to be able to communicate them, control them, have mature conversations when difficult situations are.
That's where tonality comes in again. When you're trying to have a conversation, I don't want to talk about it no more. Like, okay, now let's have
rise as they will, without flying off the handle, going into the nagging, the criticizing, the blaming, or any of that. Number 5.
You stopped it? You ready to talk about? Okay, what's up?
Oh, did you stop it
Oh, I
or?
thought you stopped. Oh no, it stopped. No, that was it. That was it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So what do you got to say about that one?
Well, emotional maturity is definitely important because you do need to know how to, even in public, you got to know how to handle your emotions in certain, environments. And so I think that is very, very, very major. And a lot of people are not taught how to properly control and identify what emotions they're feeling.
Yes.
Not just women, men too. And I think this is something that goes on in school because, when they're growing up and things happen in school and the child is trying to communicate to their teacher what is happening or what has happened between them and another student, and then they're not being heard. They're not being properly understood by their teachers nor their peers. And so now their emotions are all over the place because they're mad and sad at the same time, and they don't know how to convey it. And then it becomes a habit and it becomes a pattern because, things like that continue to take place,
Right.
especially in the school system. But then, of course, when there's multiple kids in the home too, sometimes stuff like that can also take place as well. But that is very, very, very important to learn how to do and learn how to master.
It
So
is,
if
guys.
you
I'm
didn't
telling
learn it as a kid, you definitely need to learn it, either as a teenager or a young adult. You have to figure out how to do that. I had to learn how to do that. So,
sure
honey, whatever.
Me too. Everybody.
You gotta learn how to
It's
do it.
almost like XP points in a video game. Like to get to the next level, you definitely have to work on your, your emotional intelligence, and because it's almost like, well, I'm not gonna go there. So we're gonna go to number 5.
Is
Okay.
a strong sex drive.
Woo!
We're men. We're not going to apologize for that. Most of us have a fairly strong sex drive ourselves,
Only real men have strong sex drives. Not this
and we would like our partners to at least roughly match that sex drive. It's not anything strange or weird or abnormal. It just is how it is. I coach a lot of men, and one of the biggest complaints I hear from men is that their woman or their wife doesn't want to have sex or doesn't want to have sex very often. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that. And one of the things that I work with men on is, what are you doing that is preventing her from wanting sex? That's a whole discussion in and of itself.
Kaboom.
But let's say he's not doing anything and she still does not have a strong sex drive. A lot of men will be very hesitant to enter into or stay in a long-term relationship or fall in love with a woman who doesn't have that. Number 6, they have a high.
Say what?
So,
Oh, okay.
what do you think about that?
Like missing them deadlines. That's right.
What do you think about that? You know,
I think
so
I think what do I think? I think a couple things.
okay, okay. Talk to me then. Talk to me then.
Okay. So I think that, he did ask a good question, like what is going on that could cause her to not have a high sex drive. I do think that, being intimate with your partner is important, however that looks for you. Because, where relationships are completely different now. So I don't judge that part. But I do think that intimacy is important when wanting to have that high sex drive
Mm,
matched. It has to be a lot of grounding, I guess, so to speak. What are you
okay,
doing?
and that's what you think. That's all you think about it. And I knew you were gonna kind of go to that spot right there. It's for something like I said. You have to kind of know, you know, your partner. You have to know like them in and out. And so I kind of felt like you were gonna go into that in that part of that. The woman has to have a look. So what I want to say before you read that is, women, you got to stop shaming men for being men. Yeah, because it's like, all he want to do is have sex. All he want to do is get with me to have sex.
Mhm.
And listen, man, he just told you, men have high sex drives, and some women do too. And then I also looked at the stats where it was like, if once women leave their 20s, they lose sexual desire. There's two types of sexual desires. There's one that is a spontaneity, and then there's another one where they have to I think they have to plan it. Like so, after it when you guys start going through your 20s before you hit your 30s, you basically got the horny vibe. Then after that, it's almost like I forgot what it is. I have to read it again. But
Oh, okay.
it's two stages, and y'all lose a stage or something like that after that, where men gain that whatever, but some women don't. So
Mhm.
the one thing that we have to recognize is like you
And
shaming.
then after 40, does it go back up?
I don't know about that,
I
but
believe I read somewhere
but
where it increases after 40.
right, right.
You
But
want me to
just
read it now?
the parts where women say, "Hey, well, this dude only wants to be with me," or "I'm not going to give it to him before marriage," then don't be mad if that dude doesn't decide to stay. Now, of course, women have the choice to choose whoever
Here
they
you
want
go
to
with that
sleep.
again.
No, no, no. What? I'm just saying, sleep with whoever they want to sleep with. But just like a lot of men say, "Well, all right, well, just know I'm going to have somebody else to fulfill that need," because also, I've read that women don't have to even, they can go like years without having sex and it's not going to bother them. It's just going to reinforce that year after year.
Mhm.
So that's crazy where, men, they're not, it will also, with men, it'll lead to depression if we do that. So these are the things women need to take into account. Like, pick a guy that you're attractive in, that you vibe with, you share the same energy, and all the stars align, and then you just know, like, hey, this is somebody because um, 10 times out of 10, a dude is gonna want to do that. Now you got to realize, are you on that same type? Do you have that same type of drive? If you don't, you guys aren't gonna be compatible in that area, which could lead to other stuff. I mean, other attributes can help in a relationship as well, but I feel like we need to be firing on all cylinders in a relationship.
Mhm.
You know.
Mhm.
That's just my thought. But you guys can once again comment. Let me know. Jump in the panel. Let me know. All questions and all answers are definitely welcome. So,
Okay, let's read this comment.
oh yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. I forgot.
The woman has to have a low level of stress and clarity. It helps with that. And that impacts her sex drive. If you were an idiot today, how is that sexy? That is
Wait.
true.
Say that last part again. That's
If
funny.
you were an idiot today, how is that sexy?
How's that sexy?
So, again, men say all the time that women are emotional. So,
Hmm.
emotional beings.
Right.
So, if her let's just say she's going to work and her job is highly stressful. and intense, then it will drive down her sex drive.
Oh, okay. What about drinking water and stuff? Will that take down her sex drive too, or what?
Drinking water take down her sex drive.
I
No,
mean, no, raise it, or not
it
drinking it will lower it. Is that something? Okay. I don't know. I don't
not
know.
drinking it will
Well, hold
lower.
on. Let's go to number 6. I don't want to stay on this one too long. Number
Okay.
6.
Degree of compatibility.
Clap it up.
One of the things that men are really looking for is somebody that is similar enough to them. They're compatible enough. They have similar interests. They have, and we'll talk about this in a minute, similar fundamental values. But there are
Compatibility.
Okay,
Very
Trey,
important.
there you go.
I've said this on every podcast. Compatibility is
Okay,
very
go.
important.
Okay, you can't say that when the man finished.
Okay.
are enough things in common there that they could really see themselves in a long-term relationship, possibly a lifetime. So it's really important that there are things there that you are compatible with. So if you're, you like all these things over here and he likes all those things over there and they're not really compatible, that can be a problem. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't have your own things that you like and he can't have his own things that he likes. That's fine. But there has to be enough overlap in the middle there for him to really want to be with you. And that brings me to number 7, which is shared.
They must overlap. That is a bar. Can I get that again? They must overlap, because if you guys don't enjoy doing nothing together, no date will be fulfilling. No courting will be fulfilling because she does not have the same interest as you. And so you guys are just together for a transactional.
What do you mean if they
don't have any
courting-
if they don't have any of the same types of activities that they like to do and they're always doing stuff separately, and you're probably not going to last too long, because you should have overlapping things that you guys enjoy doing together. That's where the friendship and the companionship comes in that a male needs. And so if you guys start seeing that you guys aren't compatible in the very beginning stages of the relationship, then what you need to do is stop that relationship, because you're not going to make each other. You're not going to force, a sprocket to fit into the other spot without, you're not gonna build a sprocket that's gonna fit with one that doesn't. It's that machine's not gonna work properly. That's basically.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
At first I didn't though, but yeah. Because courting, I'm thinking like going on dates and stuff like that. Like
but see, if you guys don't have the same interests, like, if he keeps telling you he's allergic to shell food and you keep going to a seafood restaurant, like, he's not.
I understand that.
Stuff.
Like that would just be being inconsiderate too.
Right. But he just won't enjoy it. That's just something like, if he tells you he doesn't like roller coasters, you keep trying to force that man, and now all of a sudden he has heart problems because they're like, you're pushing him past his boundaries. It's not going to be cool. It is what it is. All right, so I can't remember whether we did number 7 or number 8. Which one were we on?
Number 7.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah.
All righty then. Well, nope, we're not on number 7. We're on the last one. That's number 8.
No, we're on number 7.
Without further ado, you sure?
We're supposed to be on number 7.
No, we're on number 8. Oh wait, no, we're on number 7. Okay. Well, let's go.
Fundamental values.
You're right. You were right.
This is really important. If you really want a man to fall in love with you, he has to fall in love with all of you, every bit of you. And that comes down to your fundamental values. How do you see the world? What are the things that are absolutely core to the essence of who you are, how you show up in this world? So it's really important that you have a fairly high number of those in common. If your fundamental values are very different from his, there's not a very good chance that he's going to fall in love with you. And lastly, number 8.
There's not a fairly good chance he's going to fall in love with you. Did you hear that? There's not a good chance that he's going to fall in love with you. That's because you guys do not have the same, you're not compatible. I feel like number 6 and number 7, they're kind of one whole thing. But that's just my thought. So You really want to look at this
Well,
women. You
yeah
really
and
want to look
no.
at more than just the money. You really want to look at more than just the pretty face. You want to look at the lifestyle. You want to look at all that stuff to see if all of your values align. Do you value wanting to build a legacy? Does she too? Because if not, then you're not compatible, and she's gonna pull you down. You're gonna
Mhm.
just be, and then he's gonna be frustrated with her, or the other way around. You're a build-a-bear female, and you want to build this little dude up, and you feel like he got the potential, but he hasn't shown you any potential. But you're dreaming up potential into this nibble. Like, at the end of the day, you can't do that, because you're going to be setting yourself up for an upset and then taking it out on every other man that comes into your life, because now you're not going to give him the chance because you've already felt like you gave too much. That's just how women do. I've already gave all that I can give. I can't give anymore. They start doing the little extraness. So,
Well,
go ahead. Let's go, boom.
I mean, no, I'm just, thinking about that last little part that you said. Like sometimes, yeah, she can give too much to the wrong person, and it does take away from her. Like where guys, they can go and start another family and make a new baby, build a whole new family. Depending on the time frame for that woman, that could be over with and done. So
Mm.
that's why it's really important too. Like guys, they can see all of these things, not be attracted to the girl to begin with,
Mhm.
and waste her time,
Because they
and
just
have taken
box.
away, yeah, and
Mm.
have taken away some of the best years of this female,
And some of the value. But the
and
other thing
the
is,
value.
y'all are giving away y'all value too, because once again, y'all come
Yeah.
in with value. So that's
Well,
why you have to
it,
vet
it
these guys properly.
you do have to vet them, but sometimes they can have that representative showing. Like a lot of men
Mhm.
are con artists. What you got going
I'm
on?
back. Yeah, my eyes were itching.
Oh,
Okay.
a lot of men are con artists, and I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time with my words because I got my retainers in. But
Spit it out.
but it's the reason why you have this imbalance of what the guy is saying needs to be kind of leveled out. It doesn't have to be like this, but it needs to at least be some kind of balance to being nice, nagging and complaining. What can you tolerate and which can you not tolerate with a person, basically. And the fundamental values, though, to me, is very major.
Gotcha. All right, let's move on to the final one, number 8.
Share similar goals for the future. If you want a man to fall in love with you and you want him to commit to you long term, he's got to know that you have a similar vision for what the future is going to be.
Legacy.
So, where do you want to live? How do you want your career to go? Do you want to have kids? Those sorts of things, those life moments, those life directions need to be fairly similar. If he's looking at you as a potential life partner, he's not going to, jump all in if you have completely different goals for what you want in life. So as you can see, men care about a lot more than just looks. Looks may attract us from the start, but if you really want us to
And I'm gonna say a little bit about that. What we do is, man, we watch your lifestyle. Like one that really wants to try to see who you are and figure out who you are. We watch and like, who's your friends, who's your family, are there any miscellaneous, just little funny random calls? Like we're watching to see where you're gonna mess up at, because we don't want to be the one to be with somebody and we're walking, and next thing you know, she's a woman of the night. Could be like a lot
How
of
does
dudes,
that
a
how does
lot of
that make
dudes
her a
end up
woman of the night?
being. Well, I mean, you have some of these females that'll be, I guess, hyper beautiful, if that's a thing.
Mhm.
And so they already know. Their society's already taught them, hey, let's get real active on this cell phone. Let's run this bag up. but then they front as somebody that's trying to have a relationship with someone when they know what kind of job they have. You know, they may not have a real job. You know, they might, you know, whatever. They may have things of value, but the way they get their value is from basically what I'm explaining to you. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And so these females will play games, and there will be good guys out here to get burnt by them because they're going for the best look. You know, the first thing they want to do is be accepted by their peers. Oh, she's bad. Da 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 da. Have you tapped that yet? You know, those conversations, or oh man, how'd you get her? And you know, that status and the entitlement, plus you know that physique and all that other. Instead of looking at their mentality, they're looking at all of the shallow stuff that's right there on the surface, and they're not diving deep or delving into you know the core that you're gonna have to deal with for the rest of your life.
Okay. And so wouldn't that be like the guy also wasting his own time too?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, some dudes just value being able to be with you and the chance to, you know, actually gain you. See, in his mind, sometimes it may be the baddest female in the world that they'll take the chance on, thinking that they can change them. You know, just like women think that they could change men. Some men are really like, well, I'm that guy. I'm Hemi Neutron. I'm Himothy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, when
Just
you
the
end
guy.
up losing and she still chooses that other dude, you're like, but he doesn't have this. He doesn't have the jet. He doesn't have this and that. And he just pookie from there. She didn't really care. She already knows she can get bits and pieces of value from all of the rest of these people in her phone.
Okay. Well, I can definitely understand that.
My bad.
I
So
can understand
yeah.
that.
And then so
So a lot of
that's
go ahead.
oh
I'm
go ahead,
sorry.
go ahead. No, go. Yeah.
Oh no, I was just saying. So a lot of people need to, you know, stop wasting their own time too. And
Right.
so women, we look for a lot of flags too, and then in a lot of cases, we see them and ignore them. You know, because like we're wanting that person, and we're wanting that person to work out for us or whatever. And so, I guess in a sense, like people need to try to figure out how not to waste their own time. And I get it. Like a lot of guys are trying to do that, move in, stay with her until I can get my own place and move into my own spot or whatever, you know. And some females do that too, you know. But if you're gonna do that, at least have a friend. Like who wants to live in chaos? Or just be straight up and just be like, hey, that instead of doing this, let's just be roommates and help each other get on our feet. Like it don't always have to be transactional in the sense of, you know, a relationship. It could just be a actual partnership to where y'all can, you know, get on your feet and be realistic and not waste each other's time. Make sure that these fundamentals line up for you in your core values, so that you can have a healthy relationship with who you want to have a relationship with.
Okay. Yep. And you're not out here sad. So, and so what do you know, just my number 9 piggybacks off of this number 8. There's no video for it. Sorry guys to disappoint you. This is just my thought. The drive has to be the same, and that's a part of compatibility as well. Number 6, because if we see that after a while we're messing with you, you know, the box is good, the energy is good, you know, we feel like we could trust you a little bit, but we start seeing like, she's really putting on the front. She really doesn't have that drive, and we feel like there's a limit to your potential. Then some men, now this isn't all, but some men are like, I don't know if I want to take on this liability. You know, sometimes when a man looks at a woman as a liability, they don't want that because men, they're minimalists, really. I mean, you give them a game, you give them a cell phone they can play games on, you give them a little TV and a little room and food to eat, and he's good. He don't have to go outside. He don't need nothing, you know, and except for going to work and coming back in, he's living a peaceful life. Some men are choosing peace over being in a relationship nowadays, and they feel like being alone is peaceful.
And women too.
And
And that's not really the case. It's just that you know, it's so many people out here not being realistic and real with themselves. Like even women, you want love, but then you're like, oh well, he has to buy this and he has to do this for me. Well, don't place expectations on somebody that you cannot fulfill yourself.
Yeah,
So if
and
you can provide the latest bags and shoes and all that and keep a roof over your own head, don't have that expectation, with the person that you're trying to get to know. Don't do that. Make sure you can do it yourself. Let him just be, a
okay.
bonus to what you already have.
Mm, mm. That sounds like a bar. The last one again is not a video. Sorry guys, once again. It is definitely energy. I spoke about it before, but you guys have to have the same vibe, the same energy, because one lacking less energy will suck the energy out of you, and vice versa. So you definitely want to make sure that you guys have the same type of energy. Somebody that's too charismatic might suck the energy out of somebody that's not. Well, not so, but
Mm.
well, yeah, you guys get it. One is the polar opposite, and you kind of both want to come in
But
some
you're not gonna always
level.
you're not gonna always have the same energy every day. Because I know I don't.
You know,
No, sure. Some days I'll be tired.
yeah, 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 yeah. If you get with somebody that's an energizer bunny, their tiredness might make them tired too. You see what I'm saying? Like you
I
always
mean,
want
it
the same
happens, but I'm
people.
just saying, you're not gonna always have the same energy. So even if that person is an energizer bunny and that person can go, 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 doesn't always mean that the spouse can just go, 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 go.
Mhm.
It doesn't always match every day. But
Right, right.
sometimes,
So
it
I
does
got
happen.
some good content coming up, y'all, and then we're gonna drop this right now. And I want you to hear from the men themselves after this.
Are no longer
Yeah.
obsessed with women anymore. Do y'all feel that way?
100%.
Why do you think that is?
The reason they not obsessed is because, I hate to say it again, and I hate to seem like I'm being judgmental to women when I'm a woman myself, but I feel like social media and there's no mystery. I feel like a lot of things that we as women as a whole that we say that maybe sometimes is just something that we're just putting on social media. It was just a joke. I feel like guys really be turned off by those things. Like they really judging you by the things
Post
you
some
put
Justin
up.
LeBoy quotes, right? Like
Yeah, like I feel like they're really judging you like by those things.
They watch from afar.
And also like just feeling like it's this pressure of feeling like they gotta take care of you. I wouldn't want to be obsessed with nobody if I feel like as soon as I walk to them, they're gonna be like, my light bill is due.
Ooh, ooh, and so
Yeah.
right, like and there's women out there like dudes like, yo, let me talk to you, ma, da 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 da, and they like, my rent due. Whoa, you skipped the whole light bill. You said my rent. How much is your rent? $3,000. You gonna give me that? I give you my number. Man, if you don't shut your
Well, I
what?
mean, that's what I'm saying. So
What?
because
Who wants to buy a bill?
everybody has the system is so messed up. The system is just
The
so messed
system
up.
or the people or the mindsets?
The
Which
the
one?
people, but when I say the system, I'm talking
Mhm.
about like the way like men used to trick off, right? They do whatever they
What's that look
do.
like? What's that look like? Tricking on? What's that look like?
Remember that song? I pay for it.
I
I
mean, I
pay
pay for. I
for it
get
if
it. I
I
get it.
want it. Okay,
Listen.
that's what
Hold
I'm
on.
talking about.
Oh, go
Okay,
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do your thing.
and so that's the problem with that. Once women figured out, okay, well they paying for it, or like they see where their mom might have been dating somebody, and then the mom got cheated on, and the guy was tricking off over here with the next. Like some people are like, okay, well, I'm not about to waste my time like that. I'm gonna make sure I get the money before you just out there just spending it. We're not gonna do all of this, right? So that's what I mean by the system is kind of messed up. Like the women are like, I'm gonna get the bag before somebody else does from him. And then the men are like, I don't even really want her like that because of the way she presents herself. Like she's always showing something. She got her cleavage out or butt cheeks hanging out from the
Butt
bottom of her
cheeks.
shorts.
Ooh,
Like,
boy.
I mean, this is what is going on now. So, you know, nobody is a mystery. Nobody is a mystery. Not him or her.
Okay.
Nobody
Why
leaves
is he not a
anything,
mystery?
because when guys get to a certain age, like they'll pay for it. That's just bottom line.
Because they don't want
Like,
to deal with the headache, right? They don't want to deal with the everyday headache they deals with. So just to have
right.
no strings attached,
But
they go.
yeah, exactly. But because he still see like, oh, well, she got a nice figure, she's pretty in the face. I still want to see what it's like to smash, right? Like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll pay for it this time.
Well, you had the little
Forget it.
move and everything, just like a dude. Yeah, I'll give him some smash, boy. You did the little.
I mean, I'm just saying because that's what it is.
Okay.
And then females like, I ain't got time for that. I gotta feed JJ, KK, and Lil Poo Poo, you know, and
Those
I
some
gotta make
horrible
sure.
names.
I know, but I mean, well, Mikey, John, and Jake, you know,
There we
whatever.
go. There we go. Let's make it a little bit more family friendly.
Either one, whatever they name, you know, they gotta be fed. Roof gotta stay over their head. New clothes, shoes, gotta take them to the barbershop, all this good stuff, you know. Why am I going to go over here and entertain you as a female, entertain you when I got all that to worry about? And I already know 9 times out of 10, you also entertaining another female too.
Okay.
So they're like, you gotta at least pay for my time at this point.
Ooh, pay for my time.
Unfortunately,
Hey, that brings me to a new video. That brings me to a new video. But I will say, men even that are married is paying for the woman. If they decide to let their woman be a stay-at-home mom. Now, I don't care, you know, how people put it, but when you look at it, you're paying for companionship. You're paying for sex. And you're paying for a spot that some people don't keep for a lifetime.
well, I mean, if that's what you agreed to, like if that's how you want your home dynamic set up.
Well, you know, the top 10 that we spoke about is the way to build a non-transactional relationship, because you have all the dynamics and everything that you need to grow, and you're looking for the right things. And so everything that the man's looking for, the woman should also be looking for too. I feel like, you know, like I've said on a few other podcasts that, you know, there should be some type of a chart, a vetting chart for females so that they can make better decisions. I'm not saying that they can't do it on their own, but just some guidelines or something to help a lot of females out to see the red flags or the signs of something.
But that's the thing. That is what females have been saying. There is the same way y'all say.
Y'all need a book is what females have been saying.
Right, because the same way y'all say, well, there isn't a book on, you know, how to make a woman happy. It's the same thing. Like, there's no book on how to know if this dude is shiesty.
But, you know, dudes put in more effort. See, and that's another
That's
thing.
the whole
we
point.
determine value, dudes put in more effort. A female puts in little to no effort to make a relationship.
No, that's the whole point. Dudes be putting in effort and still be.
They put in effort for the short term.
The leaders.
Master leaders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like, you know, they put in a lot of effort and then get in the home and then they hurt your little girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
well, those are effort with additional intents, or for another intent that wasn't the received intent. So
right. So again, like it's red flags there for a lot of things, but certain things, especially when it comes to men in the beginning, like they do be missing. and that's how women end up, not on the carton, but like, somewhere found.
Hey, let's play the most controversial video that I've been waiting to play. Are y'all ready?
Okay, go
Are
ahead.
y'all ready? Let's
What?
get it.
So he came home and he was like, babe, I lost my job. I'm like, all right, cool. So a month later, like the bills, it was time for the bills or whatever, and I'm like, the bills due, babe, or whatever. And he was like, okay, I'm not working. And I'm just in a month, like it's all kind of hustles. You could have been doing something or whatever. So I told him, I said, look, if I pay these bills, are you going to pay me the money back? This man had the nerve to tell me, why should I pay my wife back for paying our bills? I told this man from day one, my money is my money and his money is our money. Why should I spend my money paying the bills? Like, no, he should have paid me back. So that's when I decided, like, I can't be with this man no more. So I had text his homeboy. Like, we all cool. I text his homeboy or whatever. We went together. I met up with him. And we was chilling, we was drinking or whatever. And I started venting. I started getting emotional. One thing led to the next. I did not purposely mean to do what I did with his friend. But things happen. Like, y'all don't understand what I'm going through. So, his friend ended up giving me some money or whatever. And he was like, babe, look, don't worry about it. Handle whatever you got to handle. Like, his friend was every single thing I desire in a man. Like, everything I desire in a man. And, ain't nobody trying to hear my side. Ain't nobody trying to hear me out and what I went through. Like, that's not okay. That's not cool. You made a promise to me and you broke that promise. How am I wrong if I told him who I was and he didn't stick to what he agreed to? Like, that's not love. If you love me, you gonna pay them bills. You gonna do what you told me you was gonna do as a man. Old boy he get money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too much. All these, like, everybody coming for me and stuff like that, and it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not.
She about to cry. Girl, you was not supposed to call that man friend and go to the bar and sit with him and talk shit about your husband.
Bad feeling about this.
That's what she should have felt.
Yeah, exactly. Like Quinn said, she been wanted to fuck that friend.
Get over here.
Yeah, because she don't even sound right. He getting money. He is everything that I wanted in a man. How you know all this? Well, she said they all been friends, but that means you been watching him.
She already been doing that. Anytime the other dude went out, she was already doing that. And so, like I say, women.
And then why did you feel so comfortable to just reach out to him so fast to go to the bar? Like, no, that wasn't the first. That wasn't the first time.
That's why I said. Because that was
still right on that thing, then.
Just fell right on it. No, I just fell on it.
And then he gave her some money, so you done tricked off.
And this is what I see. That brings.
But
see how it goes together.
You see how it goes together.
No, but you see how it goes.
But you see.
Listen, she said, why would you do this? My money's my money. It looks like you're living in a decent house. You know what I'm saying? But I would have already knew. Once I seen how you was, like, so that's my thing. I don't think the dude's gonna be mad because if he does know what he has, like, now, he's just gonna lose everything. Because that's the thing. Like, you don't have nobody to have your back.
Now he probably definitely walked away after that.
Each other's back. And so at the end of the day, if I was to lose my job or lose my ability to work, I would hope that Boom would step up and take care of me in the same exact way that I would take care of her. Make sure, like, hey, this has to be like this has to be like that. But I got you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to just sit there and worry about what's going to happen day to day. This man right here, as soon as he lost his job, he's like, well, she's been saving her money, whatever it is she does, which I think is getting money from the friend and then, holding on to it, whatever, probably upping all the friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, we already know this type. This is cash at me for my time. This is I'm dropping some videos. Cash at me. This is a OnlyFans looking type girl. The way that her
Now,
ensemble is.
right. But at the same time, you know, this was an agreement that he set up with her.
Man, we don't
But I
even
do
know that. I don't
understand.
even know if that's true. Who would make
Well,
such a dumb
well, we're just gonna say because
agreement?
that's what she said.
Okay,
You know,
well,
she said she slept with a friend. So I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
She said she
But
ain't mean to sleep with the friend either,
she
but
said she didn't mean to, but she still said she did,
mm,
like publicly.
mm,
But
mm,
let's just say, you know, that okay, that she's telling the truth, that he made that promise or whatever.
mm.
I would still think that in the event that you fall upon hardship with your mate, that you could try to like step up and be there.
Who told
She
you to start
literally
running to the media to tell this
30 days
stupidness?
though. 30 days. That's nothing. A year go by so fast. That's nothing.
She didn't even wait 30 days after he got fired. She already was like, stuff looking a little rocky. You know, I'm
So
jumping
you
off this
filed for a
boat.
divorce, but she could have filed for a divorce because she slept with a friend. It might have not been because he got fired, but
Just
because
Wild was right. Just Wild was absolutely right. But
because she slept with the friend within the 30 days, she was like, you know what? I done did this. Let me just go ahead and file for divorce. I don't want to embarrass this man as much as I already have. Embarrass him and myself. Could be that. I mean, we don't really know for sure exactly, but yeah, girl, ain't no defending you really. Like you dead wrong.
right. And she's like, why are people coming for me? They need to come for you. People need to come for y'all.
Yeah, but hold on
And y'all
now.
want to use
Now I'm not gonna. Now at the same time, men do this too.
do what?
So
Do what?
I'm not gonna bash her too hard.
Do
Like
what?
you
Do
know,
what?
like
Do what?
divorce, cheat,
Divorce
sleep with a friend, sleep with
for
their girls,
money? For money?
sleep with their girls' friends.
For money?
Not necessarily for
What they
money.
do it for get back, you know, for
Or
what like
get
this
back.
girl. So what this girl did to him, if I was him, I would go get the friend. Just since you want to go get my friend, we'll see who friend better.
I'm not even laughing with you.
I'm just saying because if the dude should do that, you know. But see, the friend might be like her and want money. Right now, he don't have no money, so there we go. See, so the dude is always
Don't matter.
at the end of the day.
It don't matter. But most guys started that game.
What? Where do you get
Yeah,
this from?
sleeping with the friend.
Where you get that from? Girls been doing that for the
Tit for
longest.
tat stuff. No, I'm saying the guys. I have rarely heard of a female being like, "Yeah, girl, I slept with his friend." It happens, but most guys do it to the female.
So you hear more guys saying that than females. This is what you're telling me. You see this on top of my head? What is this called?
Headphones.
No. This right here.
A forehead.
No, you're capping, and you know exactly what I'm saying. But we can play this game. You capping.
Whatever.
Big cap. But like I said, hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, share for more content. We're gonna be running through these. Sorry guys, once again we were late. But we definitely dropped a really, really good show for you guys. These are the top things that women need to understand. And I hope that a lot of people see
men too.
In the breakdown.
You know, it's talking about what women need to do.
No, because
men need
a
to
lot of
understand
women
too.
A lot of women are talking about the types of men that they're getting and why they can't keep a good man and all the things that they're doing. So you know, men are out here. Men are out here really trying to get good women, and they say there aren't enough, or most of them are married. I seen a girl do something where she crushed up some peanuts and said, "This part of men are married. This part of men are gay. This part of men don't do this." And she was just doing that. She had a small little amount left of peanuts in her hand, and she took out a map and she scattered them all over the world. She was like, "That's what we have to pick from," but it's really not.
That's
true.
not true.
Exactly. But see, that's the perspective. And that's what's going to bring us into our next video. That's not going to happen next Thursday. We're not going to have a show next Thursday, but it's going to be the Thursday after that. And it's called Girl Math. because just like you said, that's not true, but that's how girls equate certain things in their mind, and their math is all off. Just like this girl right here, girl math. And we're going to talk more about that with, you know, my partner that's going to be on there. I can't wait to have him on there. We're going to have a few other guests on the panel. So once again, thanks for, you know, liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. This is the thing. Sharing is caring. See, I'm not really trying to lay the vocals down, but I really could sing. Tell him, Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him, Boom. Just not as good as Gamal. Gamal been singing for years. But
y'all gotta go and download that song. It's amazing.
It's on Spotify.
Day one.
Because I downloaded it on Spotify. It's on YouTube. As far as I know, the other platforms I really don't know, but I know for sure on Spotify. So check it out, ride along, and it's actually going to play in a few seconds because we're about to leave out with it. You guys get another taste of it. And here we go. See you guys next time. Thank you for joining in. We are on the road to just 4K subscribers because for men, we don't ask for much. And you know these things. All right, let's go.
I just wanna ride along. I just wanna ride along. I just wanna ride along. Let's change up the vibe. Want you in my life. I sit to the side. I will let you decide. I stay out of the way. I know you know what's best for me. Just a pinch more of your spirit completes the recipe. You're all that I needed. Tired of playing defense. When you take control of my life, it has a meaning. I need you to have your way. I don't wanna drive, I stick to the side. I just wanna ride along. I gotta ride along. You can take the wheel, I'll be still in jail. I just wanna ride along. You got full control. I'll leave it up to you, I promise. I'm not gonna move, you got this. I'll just work on me while you driving.